What is stand-up foil racing? Well, I've only sort of just figured it out. I did my first one a week ago at the Gorge. Entirely different conditions, different style race. You don't really have that psychological element of being out to sea. I learned a lot, but I don't know how much of it is going to really transfer. M2O is a totally different beast, and the line we're taking, the reach and the wind angle, it's much less straightforward, and there's going to be way more energy in the water. So in my mind, it's like totally starting from scratch. It'll be really interesting to see what shakes out.
Wow, it's bombing. Like, we realize like the small wings don't even work out there.
I know. I mean, it doesn't even matter if you're on a big wing. You're still, like, I was on a 150, you're on the 790, I was going the same speed as you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe just lifts as faster.
I'll go close to it, see what it's like. I think I gotta right by the end of the run, so go by it, see what it feels like, and then continue on. I think it's a cool thing, especially for the subfoiling world. I think this year is going to be by far the best group of downwind foilers.
I don't know, I've only done this prone before. I've connected it on the wing and with a jet ski, but not on a sup. And it's sort of always just been a thing I'm aware about, never dreamed about doing. I mean, this is obviously way before foiling existed. Possibility of doing such a monumental crossing. I've been pushing myself with longer distances, and the equipment's really improved and lowered that barrier to entry. Something about human nature wanting to go from A to B, climb a mountain. Why? Because it's there. And to me, crossing a channel is like a no-brainer. It's just an awesome feat to accomplish.
Probably the size up until like that second story right there. Like he's coming down the face and the thing was like straight in the middle of outside Haina. Like a 10-foot bump.
Yeah,
on a
that was so fun.
That was fun.
I had to kick out of like one because it just got like so steep. No, it was like, I don't know, one or two.
Yeah.
I was at the top and it just got so steep. I was like, whatever, just kicked out.
So definitely the low was I decided to take the boat over to Molokai. So the day before I was just throwing up probably about 10 times on the way over for 6 hours. By the time I got off the boat, my whole body was just drained.
Dan kind of touched on it was way stronger on the day that I crossed over as well than when we actually did the foil race. But just seeing the line and watching the island of Oahu kind of fade off in the distance gave me a sense of scale. I've done 30-mile runs before, but it's always along the coastline. When you're going A to B from one island to the other, and you see it just slowly fade off into a little pale dot in the far distance, it sort of sets a different sort of background anxiety.
Yeah, I think with the foils, the race changes so much, because we had a cool little group chat before talking about everything that could happen, and all of it was based on paddle experience, on where to go, what to look for tides, where to paddle in at, and the foil changes so much of that.
You're gonna ride today? Don't know. Maybe yours.
I'm not working on anything, just getting some footage. From island to island, Molokai to Oahu. Heard about it like I think 4 years ago, whenever the last one was, and then I've been eyeing it ever since. I haven't seen much footage of the start, but I know it's pretty tricky, flat water. You're kind of fighting against the wind at the start for a little bit, and then you're just flying in the open channel.
Whatever that course is you guys have with your captain, you have worked out, make sure you guys have that dialed in.
But you guys all made it here safe and you're ready to get into the ocean. Looks like it's going to be a good day, maybe some records will fall. So without further ado, let us pray.
We're kind of a medium. Yeah.
I think keeping it simple, head that way, you know. The wind looks a little more east than north, which is better. Which means there's more surfing, less cutting, which matters less for the foil. But yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun out there. Super cool, but also weird. You're so connected to everybody. The community's so cool. So everybody's just stoked to be here, stoked to make it across, and it'll be fun to watch everybody start. They just put the buoys out, which looks scary.
I'm just hoping for some superhuman strength.
Yeah.
For some reason, the gun goes off and I'm like, ah!
The energy was insane. There's like the 50 best foilers on Earth all around.
Plan was start in the middle where there's less foilers and just concentrate on my flat water since I was not confident on that.
Yeah, he's doing good. I think he'll make it.
5-6 paddles pop up. I was going, flat water, pumping with the paddle, like head down. I'm like, hell yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to be doing. I was feeling good.
The gun sounds, and I think maybe 95% of the people jumped up and did a flat water right as I go down to my stomach prone, and I'm like, crap, was this the right call? Should I stand up right now? I'm slowly paddling, and then I just start seeing people drop one at a time from the boats and think, okay, I think this is a fine decision. Let me just prone out to the bumps, not waste myself in the beginning and pop up.
Because I wasn't like the first one up, I just went right behind all the boats, right into their wash. I ended up falling. My chase boat was yelling at me like, everybody's down, you're okay. And I was like, okay. Take a second, let the boats go, and I think I waited 2 or 3 minutes and then popped up and made the whole crossing after that.
I think I was the third person from the buoy, so I was really far to the right. The one thing that it did mess up was my line, because I went way wide and way too far north. For the first 40 minutes, I was away from my boat, so they're still catching up. I was eyeing Oahu, but I think I was looking at the wrong point. I was with the top 4 people, I think, for the first hour or so.
After I got up, I was right with Annie for a while, and as the race went on, we were the same speed, but just slowly going farther apart, and I was going up, and she was going down, and her line was straight across, and mine was kind of up and then back down.
Stops during the race where I'd intentionally come off foil, like eat a bar, drink some water. I drank more liquid on this race than I ever have any day of my life. I think I had like 6 or 7 liters. In my mind, I was the tortoise sort of plodding along slowly, but then when I look back at the dots, the foil, the board, the setup was super quick. I wasn't expending that much energy during the actual crossing, especially the middle third. I was basically just standing up straight and cruising and going really fast. In hindsight, coming back and talking with everyone else that did the race, I think pretty much everyone else just did it one shot.
30 minutes before China Walls, I took another fall, just lost focus. After that point, I was like exhausted just from one more pop-up. I'd thrown off my water pack like 20 minutes before that, so all I had in my pocket was an applesauce. So I took that, and then that gave me a little burst of energy.
My quads just completely gave out at China Walls and like fully cramping, and I couldn't straighten my leg, otherwise it would cramp, so I had to be like bent the whole time. And I got to China Walls and I was like, I can't pump anymore. I think just the start and finish are so crucial. Like you gain or lose so much time.
I was battling with one guy at the end, like for the last 2 minutes, and I just sat on my board for a little bit and tried to rest, and then I tried to flat water paddle up right in front of him, and then I was paddling to like right about where he was, and then my leg just locked and I couldn't move anymore. My goal was to win, obviously, but that didn't go as planned, but still stoked with the result for it being my first time ever crossing that channel.
And I just couldn't get up again. And I was just like at that point where you're slowly drifting out to sea with the current, and the anxiety is building up of, oh, you're not gonna finish, you're gonna peel too far from the wall, get stuck in the current, have to bail, have to quit. Can't think of anything else to do other than call the boat back. I take the fresh water pack off and just instantly get up. Yeah, once you're up, the angle you could take with the board is super easy, and I hugged the wall so close just to make sure I wouldn't miss it.
stoked. I think got 15th, I think. My goal was top 10, but I think I was just happy I did the whole thing. I didn't make many mistakes. I did about what I thought I was gonna do. But I'm already stoked for next year and a lot of training this year, so. But I don't know, that was cool. Really cool.